So your message to your husband, the unsung hero? Yes, it is indeed true. It's been the 11th year since I started my training. During that long period, my daughter, my husband, and many, many people have supported me, and I owe them for these beautiful moments I'm experiencing now, so I cannot thank them enough. And I really want to thank everyone. And as Noguchi-san said, this is indeed a collaboration, teamwork in the past 11 years. The trainers, the trainers, instructors, and also the control center and controllers, and everybody has been supportive.
At any rate, we, as for Japanese, you are the pride of the Japanese people, and you are the hope of the next generation Japanese. So please execute your mission successfully. Thank you. This is the first time ever to have two astronauts together in the space. Is there anything you have a question, Mr. Maehara? Since both of you are there in space, in Japan, our interest in the space is increasing, and also the presence of Japanese are also increasing all over the world as well. In the moon or in the Mars, is there further frontiers? How do you perceive the even other frontiers like moon or Mars? Well, I myself working in the International Space Station, and in the future there will be a next frontier like moon or Mars. Since I'm in the space has unlimited potential, and in the three-dimensional microgravity area, where material and bio experience is possible. And in the moon, there's a smaller gravity and a different gravity. And there's even further possibilities in Mars as well. So especially for the younger generation of people, I hope to work together with the people in the future. We have six children here, and since we are two Japanese astronauts, and age and generation is different, but in our passion, Japanese passion for space is going to be continued. I'm quite happy about that. I'm also a person in the space as well, but as Japanese is Japanese, and we definitely want to make it as important. Thank you. Since we have the children who are related to Yamazaki-san, so Kusuda-san, please. In the space, how do you sleep? Kusuda-san, hello. When I'm sleeping in the space, we use sleeping bag. If we use futon, Japanese futon, the futon would float away. But if it's a sleeping bag, then our body is wrapped well. And that sleeping bag will be hooked to the wall. And right now, I sleep in Kibo module. And I will put my head down and feet up, and then I feel more comfortable. We can sleep in ceilings or in the floor or on the wall side. We can sleep anywhere. In International Space Station, Mr. Noguchi have his own private room, some small space. It is like the size of the one large locker, and then inside he set up his sleeping bag and he spent his time there. She is the Matsudo City Sagamidai Middle Elementary School, and one more person from the same elementary school. In living in space, what is the most challenging and difficult thing living in space?
はい、小沢君、こんにちは。そうですね。
小沢さん、hello. Actually, living in a space just like we live on the earth, because we live with many other people. When staying for a long time, we care about other people in the space, and we live as a community in the space while doing my own work, but also supporting and helping other people's work. And that is how we can enjoy our lives in the space. Thank you. And from Daiichi Junior High School, Kobashi-san, please. In the space, airflow is controlled. Is there your skin gets dry? How do you put your cosmetics, Yamazaki-san?
Hi, Kobashi-san, こんにちは。
Kobashi-san, hello. Very good question. Especially in this international space station and in the space shuttle, this is an artificial space inside. So it is circulating the air by using air conditioning and control. So therefore, it gets quite dry inside. It is a 6 ton, more than 6 tons things are transported. So my skin gets quite dry. So I use moisturizing cream. In terms of cosmetics, it is actually that I'm using the same cosmetic just like we do on the earth. Of course, the powder ones, which would not be possible, and we cannot use the one which contains alcohol. But other than that, we can just do any regular makeup and cosmetics. And she is just 14 years old, and I suppose she's interested in putting on cosmetics. And we also have Mr. Takeda question. I heard that your goal was to go into the space as astronauts. After achieving your goal, what is the next objective?
Thank you for your question. Actually, before becoming an astronaut, I was an engineer and I was working at JAXA, and I was engaged in development of the Japanese experiment module. So as the next goal, what I like to do is to leverage on my experiences as an astronaut, and when the time comes for Japan to develop its own space shuttle, I want to be of any use. Yes. I want to make sure that my long stay is going to conclude in success. Actually, we do have 2 children representing Young Astronauts Club from Chiba. Tajima-san, when the space shuttle succeeded in docking ISS, what is the first thing that came up to your mind? And what is the first thing that you talked about with Noguchi-san when you met? Okay, when the space shuttle docked ISS, that very moment, how did I feel? It was the 3rd day after the launch. The docking took place in success, and during that period, there was an alignment and realignment of the orbit, and at first the ISS looked like a dot, and then as it came closer, it became bigger and bigger, and there's the one like a soccer field. It's that big. That's the size of ISS, and as it approached close to our space shuttle, it looked so beautiful, and I couldn't believe that it was done by people. The strength of people I felt. Kochi-san, thank you. Yeah, can you have a full view of the globe from ISS, and what was the impression of Japan looking at it from the space? Thank you, Kochi-kun. From ISS, yes, we have a full view of the globe. It's round Earth, and also I can see that it's turning round, and round. And also, if we take a close look at it, it is possible to look at where you live. For instance, the Matsudo City and Hokkaido, beautiful